Okay, part two with the Premier. Okay.
And by the way, thanks for the coffee.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Especially I'm going to, as a matter of fact, it's not too often that I'm supposed to get my welfare check in a couple of days, and I can afford a coffee. That's good. You're the one that started this.
Known that I offered to buy you the coffee.
No problem. We'll make it even. But when you picked me up when I was hitching a ride, no problem. Okay, you got in there. How's your health?
It's very good. Look, I try to take care of myself. Mm-hmm. I'm getting no problem, but I think I'm tired enough by the end of the day that I've had no problem falling asleep. It's long days.
You're sleeping good?
Absolutely.
You don't sleep with your eyes open?
No, I sure don't.
Okay, so you sleep good.
And in this job, I think you do need your eyes open, other than the time that you're sleeping.
Exactly, and a couple of years you need to wash your bag too. But that's down the road. Listen, you didn't do like other premier would do. You surprised me again. You didn't order a audit.
No.
You didn't do that.
No.
Congratulations, you saved a lot of money. How come?
The Auditor General has reported on different occasions that the information that is necessary is available through the Department of Finance, through the Controller's Office, and the Auditor General. And it made no sense to me that we would waste another $400,000 of taxpayers' money, and that we need to demonstrate from the top. We said before the election we knew the state of the province's finances were bad. Mm-hmm. Premier Graham and his government will have increased the debt of the province by the end of this fiscal year by some $3 billion over the last 4 years. Mm-hmm. We know there's a huge deficit this year, and ultimately whether that deficit is $750 million or $780 million or $800 million, that information is available to the people in New Brunswick through the departments. Why would we waste that money?
You said during the election, there's a lot of promises, and there's one I hope you keep, is to hold the power rate. Is that still the goal?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
We've made the commitment of a 3-year rate freeze for the people of New Brunswick. Certainly what has happened with LaPro and the latest delay does complicate things. Mm-hmm. I met with AECL last week. I've met with the Prime Minister over the last week. I've met with MB Power. The number one focus as a province is to get the LaPro project finished safely and operating again for the people of New Brunswick. The calculations that we've made certainly have taken those issues into consideration. I
can't be like Steve Murphy. I like to be my hero, Steve Murphy. You're going to see him tonight, as a matter of fact.
Saw him yesterday as well.
He's good. Nice guy. Nice guy.
He sure is.
As a matter of fact, he reads the blog every day. Steve Murphy, I'd like to show you the audio of what you said, but I don't have one. You said to me during the election, New Brunswickers do not trust politicians. And I got to change that. Remember that?
I sure do.
How are we doing on that?
Look, hopefully thus far, since we've gone into government, whether it's the transition time, the appointment of cabinet ministers, how we're dealing with tough issues that really have been laid on our lap, like Moncton High School or the Francophone School in Campbellton, whether it's being out front with people on issues of local governance and starting to talk about how we need to change things, being transparent. I hope we're demonstrating, and again, it's going to be through action. Words are cheap.
Exactly.
Actions are what it's about.
We're going to start the pension, your pension. As a matter of fact, you were talking about that yesterday on the video on the website. Gave ideas to other agencies to cut back to 2%. What about looking at the MLA's pension? Wouldn't that be number one?
Look, that's going on as we speak. There's a committee or a group of individuals who have a lot of experience that are reviewing it. We've already made commitments during the campaign as to MLA reimbursements, what our position is, and we will certainly take their report when it comes back, and we will live with that report, which is what we said during the campaign. I've also said that I'll eliminate the severance package for MLAs who leave their role as an MLA not because of an election, and because again that's not what it was developed for originally. And we will also bring in the necessary legislation changes or regulatory changes, whatever it's going to need to be, to make sure that MLAs aren't put in position of having to vote on their own reimbursement.
Sounds good, David. Sounds very good.
Well, we're going to have to demonstrate.
We got to show, because we got to make New Brunswickers trust politicians again.
And you know, over the last few days, we've been talking about right now starting to get our financial house in order. And I'm going to the public service, asking them for ideas. We've got tough issues that we're living with. We are trying to demonstrate leadership as well. We've reduced the number of cabinet ministers. We're going to be driving vehicles within the fleet already, as much as possible. Those types of things to show that we need to be serious about the fiscal situation, because ultimately it affects each and every one of us. If we have a situation where within the province our credit rating is reduced,
yes,
then ultimately that's going to have a direct effect on New Brunswickers, because money is going to end up going, more money to banks to pay for increased interest charges on our debt. And that means less services on the people of New Brunswick, or ultimately more taxes. So we've got to be serious about what we're doing.
And a part two, or a part three in 1 second.